Ladies and gentlemen, there's something happening right now, something that will change the lives of like millions of seniors across America, and most people are completely unaware of it. Every day that passes, time quietly ticks away, not just on the clock, but on the opportunities that could have protected you and your family from what's already unfolding. And the reason you haven't heard about it is simple. No one wants to talk about it. Not the media, not the institutions, not even most of the people who claim to care. But I will share 4 ways you must start protecting yourself today. And remember, the fourth wisdom I will share with you is the most important protective measure. If you miss it, the other 3 protective measures wouldn't make sense. This fourth wisdom ties the other 3 together. So do not skip or ignore this message. This message found you now for a reason, so you can start protecting yourself before it's too late. Before this message ends, you will understand the real truth about what's coming. Why time is running out to protect yourself. Why no one is telling you the actual truth. And how you can start protecting yourself immediately. But please, and I can't stress this enough, don't skip a single part of what I'm about to say. Every piece connects. If you miss one part, you'll miss the whole message, and you'll be left in the dark about something that could have prepared you. Now I want to ask you something. Where are you watching this from? Drop your city in the comments below. I want to see seniors from across this country and across the world speaking up, because this message is not just for one state or one town. This message matters to every one of us across the world. While you're there, like this video, so it reaches others who might still be sleeping, and subscribe with the bell icon turned on, because I'm going to share things in the coming days that will open your eyes in ways no one else dares to. I promise you, by the end of this message, you will understand something most people are not talking about. You will see a side of things connected to what's happening in America today that the mainstream is not showing you. Let me begin with this. When I look at the world today, I see a massive shift, one that's accelerating faster than anyone predicted. AI, automation, biotechnology, digital currencies, and government level systems are emerging in ways that will reshape human life, especially for those over. And here's the dangerous truth. Most seniors aren't ready for it. They think life will keep going the way it always has. They think retirement will be stable. They think the world will move slower now that they're older. But the opposite is true. The world has never moved faster than it is right now, and it's about to get even faster. You see, when I look at data, at innovation curves, at government policy shifts, it's clear that we're heading toward an irreversible digital transition, one that will redefine work, wealth, and survival itself. And seniors, those who built this nation, are the ones most at risk of being left behind. But there's a deeper layer here that almost no one is talking about, and it's this. Everything that's happening has been building up for decades. It's not random, it's structured, planned, and timed. You probably felt it. The rising cost of living, the quiet push toward a cashless society, the shrinking value of savings, the rapid changes in medical systems. None of that is by accident. And this is where I want to share with you the first protection wisdom. Something simple but extremely rare and urgent. Protection wisdom. 1. Control your attention before it's controlled for you. What I mean is that right now the most valuable resource in the world isn't gold, oil, or even technology. It's your attention. Every platform, every headline, every device is fighting to keep you distracted, because distracted people don't prepare, they react, and reaction is the beginning of dependency. If you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, this is the time to take back control of what you consume, what you believe, and what you give your focus to each day. Most seniors I meet say, "I just can't keep up with everything anymore." That's not your fault. The systems are designed that way. They're built to overwhelm, confuse, and desensitize. But once you master where your attention goes, you begin to see through the noise. And when you see clearly, you can protect yourself. Start by writing down your daily priorities each morning. List what truly matters to you: your health, your relationships, your security, your faith, and spend your first 31 days focusing your attention only on these. That's why I suggest using something I call the 31-day daily high-impact planner. Just a structured daily system that helps you think clearly, refocus, and stay intentional. Because if your mind is cluttered, your decisions will be too. And let me say something from the heart. Time is not your enemy. Distraction is if you let the world decide what deserves your attention. You'll never see the truth of what's being prepared around you. I've met many people who told me, Elon, I wish someone had told me earlier. That's exactly why I'm sharing this with you now, before the window closes. You may not see it yet, but what's coming next will require clarity, calmness, and control. 3 things the distracted world is losing fast. And the truth, the real truth about what's coming, why time is running out, and how to protect yourself will make sense only when you understand the next protection wisdom. So stay with me, don't skip a second. If you miss what I'm about to reveal next, you might not understand the full picture. Because the second wisdom will change how you see everything that's happening around you right now. Before we move on, tell me in the comments, do you believe the world is changing too fast? Or do you think it's all just noise? Type it's happening if you feel the shift, or I'm not sure yet if you're still figuring it out. I want to know what you think. Remember, you are not powerless. Not yet. The time is running out faster than most people realize. If you're still watching this right now, I want to say something very important. You're already ahead of most people because most seniors don't even get this far into a message like this. They scroll, they switch off, they turn away, but you're still here. And that already puts you among the few who are beginning to wake up. I warned you before. Time is running out. What you're seeing all around you, rising prices, collapsing trust in systems, silent changes in healthcare, and the steady disappearance of privacy are not random events. They're not separate dots. They're a pattern, a hidden pattern that is quietly reshaping your future, while you're busy trying to hold on to the present. And here's something that almost no one will tell you. For the first time in history, technology is moving faster than the law, faster than governments, faster than our ability to even question what's happening. That's why when you hear about new systems or new policies, it already feels like it's too late, because it is already implemented before you're told. If you are over 50 right now, you're living in the middle of a silent race you didn't sign up for. You've been positioned as an observer in a world that's actively designing your future without your consent. That's not conspiracy, that's reality. And the worst thing you can do in a time like this is be passive to assume it won't touch you, because it will. That's why the second protection wisdom is so vital. It flows directly from the first. Protection wisdom 2. Build a private independent knowledge network before your decisions are made for you. This is not something you're gonna hear on television or from most financial advisors. But right now, your ability to act, plan, and protect yourself depends on what you know and where you get that knowledge. Most seniors are still relying on the same few sources they've always trusted. But those sources have changed. Information today is no longer neutral. It's designed to shape your thinking, not inform it. And if you're not careful, you'll make decisions based on partial truths, controlled narratives, and filtered facts. Let me ask you something, and be honest. When was the last time you cross-checked the information you rely on for your financial, medical, or personal safety? Do you ever feel like you're only hearing one side of what's really happening? Drop your answer in the comments below. I want to hear from real people, not algorithm. Type I've noticed it if you've started seeing the gaps, or I want to know more if you're realizing you might be missing critical pieces. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most seniors aren't losing control because of money or even health. They're losing control because of misinformation, or worse, no information at all. If you don't actively build your own network of trusted independent knowledge, real people, verified experts, local community groups, alternative viewpoints, you will end up with decisions that aren't yours. This is why the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier isn't just about scheduling your time. It's about protecting your focus long enough to gather truth. Every day, write down the 3 questions you most urgently need answers to about your future: financial, health, spiritual, or family. Then use the next 31 days to quietly build a circle of people and sources who can answer those questions without bias. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be real. Let me tell you a story. Last year, in a small town in Pennsylvania, I met a group of retired engineers. They were worried about their pensions, their health care, and the strange new rules being rolled out in their county. Instead of waiting for answers, They started a private weekly meeting at a local library. They invited a retired attorney, a nurse, a cybersecurity consultant, and a financial planner they trusted personally. Within months, they knew more about what was coming than most people in their state. They shifted their savings, changed their health plans, and took steps no one else around them was even aware of. Today, they're ahead of the curve, not because they had money or special access, but because they built a private knowledge network before it was too late. That's what I want for you. Because the next changes are gonna come faster, and the people who wait for mainstream explanations will be too late to act. And let me say something spiritual here, because I know many of you are people of faith. In the same way that prayer connects you to God directly without a middleman, building your own knowledge network connects you to truth without interference. In times like these, discernment is not optional, it's survival. Don't assume someone else will tell you when it's time to prepare. They won't. Don't assume you'll get a warning. You won't. That's why this video found you. Now I'll say it again. Do not skip what I'm saying. Do not turn away. Every sentence matters, because it connects to what you'll need to know to protect yourself. And yet, what I've shared with you so far is only a fraction of what's coming. If you think controlling your attention and building a private knowledge network are powerful, wait until you hear the next preparation wisdom, because the next one will show you how to physically shield yourself from the very changes already being tested right now. Changes that most seniors won't even see coming until it's too late. But before we go there, tell me in the comments, do you believe seniors can still take control of their future? Or do you feel it's already too late? Type "we can act now" if you believe it's not too late, or "I'm worried" if you're still unsure. This is how we build a community of people who see what's coming and prepare together. You are not powerless, but the window is shrinking. And if you think the first two wisdoms are important, you absolutely cannot miss what comes next. If you're still with me now, you are already proving to yourself something powerful. You are not like most people. You're listening, thinking, connecting the dots, and that alone is a form of protection. Because every moment you stay focused on this message, you're undoing years of distraction that were designed to keep you unprepared. I want to remind you, what I'm sharing with you today is not speculation. It's not opinion. It's drawn from patterns hidden in plain sight. Patterns so few people even notice that when you do, it feels like seeing the world with new eyes. You've already learned the first two protection steps: how to control your attention so it cannot be hijacked, how to build a private knowledge network so your decisions aren't shaped for you. Both of those prepare your mind. But now we move to something even more critical, something that connects your body, your habits, and your environment to the coming changes. Because here's the truth, almost no one is telling seniors what's coming next won't just change what you know, it will change where you can live, how you can access your savings, and even how you receive healthcare. And those changes are already being tested in pilot programs, quietly rolled out in certain counties, cities, and hospitals. Let me ask you, have you noticed new smart systems appearing in your neighborhood? More cameras, more sensors, more cashless requirements at places used to pay with cash. Drop your answer in the comments below. Type "I've seen it" if you've noticed, or "not yet" if you haven't. I'm asking because these are the visible signs of a deeper transition. One day these systems will seem normal, but by then the freedoms they've replaced will be forgotten. That's why the third protection wisdom is so urgent. Protection wisdom 3. Create physical and financial resilience outside of centralized systems. What does that mean? It means learning how to survive, store, and plan in ways that do not depend on one fragile pipeline. Most people, especially seniors, don't realize how interconnected their lives have become. Their savings, their prescriptions, their identification, even their grocery purchases, are tied to a few centralized systems. If those systems shift suddenly, they're exposed. And this isn't theory. Look at what happened last winter in parts of Texas. A massive grid failure left millions without power for days. Banks and ATMs were inaccessible, closed. Seniors who depended on electronic systems to refill medicine suddenly found themselves cut off. The same week, on the other side of the world, a cyber attack on a major health system in Europe froze patient records for weeks. Seniors who needed urgent care couldn't even prove their medical history. These are not isolated incidents. They're rehearsals, patterns, a preview of how fragile centralized life really is. Building resilience outside of these systems isn't about fear, it's about dignity. Start by making small, deliberate moves now. Keep a portion of your essential resources, food, water, critical documents, emergency contacts, accessible without needing permission or electricity.
Diversify where and how you store savings, not just in one bank or one account. Know at least 2 independent ways to get your medicines or essential supplies if the main channel fails. This is where your 31-day daily high-impact planner can be more than a schedule. It becomes your personal resilience. Each day for the next month, write down one area of your life that is overly dependent on a single system. Then research and implement one backup option. By day 31, you'll have 31 safety nets. This isn't paranoia, it's preparation, and it's something you can do quietly without anyone's permission. I know some of you are thinking, isn't this too late, or isn't this too big for me? The answer is no. Every step you take toward resilience now is a step away from dependency later. And spiritually, think about this. Just as prayer strengthens your inner life so you're not swayed by the noise of the world, building physical and financial resilience strengthens your outer life so you're not trapped by the systems of the world. Both are forms of freedom. Now let me ask you something more personal. If the power went out for 2 weeks in your town, if digital payments froze, if your normal healthcare channel paused, would you be ready? Drop your honest answer in the comments. Type "I'm preparing" if you're taking steps already, or "I need to start" if you know you have. This community is not just a comment section. It's a place to see how many others are thinking like you. Sometimes seeing that others are also waking up is the first step to acting. And please hear me. Everything I've shared so far, controlling your attention, building your knowledge network, and creating resilience outside of centralized systems, are essential, but they are only the foundation, because the fourth protection wisdom, the one I'm about to reveal soon, is the most important of all. It's the one that ties everything together. It's the one no one talks about, the one I've never shared publicly until now. And it's the key to understanding the real truth about what's coming, why is running out to protect yourself, why no one is telling you the actual truth, and how you can start protecting yourself immediately. You cannot afford to miss it. If you think the first 3 wisdoms have opened your eyes, the fourth will change everything you think you know about the next decade. Stay with me. Don't skip a second. If you miss what's coming next, you'll lose the one strategy that could make the difference. When the window finally closes, you've already started your journey. You've taken the first 3 steps. Now prepare yourself, because the next one is the most powerful, the most urgent, and the one that could transform your future. If you're hearing this right now, you are part of a very small group. This video found you for a reason, and I mean that literally. Algorithms don't push messages like this unless someone is supposed to see them. You didn't stumble here by chance. You're here because you're meant to know what's really coming. I've walked you through 3 essential steps to protect yourself. Each one prepared you mentally, socially, physically. But there's a fourth protection wisdom. It's the most important. It ties everything together. Without it, the other 3 are incomplete. This is the one no one talks about. Not your news channels, not your leaders, not the organizations you've trusted for decades. They keep it hidden because once you understand it, you cannot be controlled. The fourth protection wisdom is that anchor your identity, your values, and your decisions in a private, future-focused vision that is bigger than any system. Most people think protection means gathering supplies, diversifying savings, or learning new skills. All of that matters, but it won't hold if you don't know who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. The future will not just challenge your resources, it will challenge your beliefs. It will try to merge your choices into a single path chosen for you. If you don't have your own map, your own internal compass, you'll be swept into the current without even realizing it. And that's not a metaphor. Right now, across the world, governments and corporations are creating digital identity frameworks that will eventually control access to financial services, healthcare, travel, and even information. Pilot programs are running quietly in small towns and airports. Seniors are the first to be tested because they are the most dependent on consistent benefits. By the time the public notices, it will feel normal. That's the pattern no one wants you to see. Let me ask you, do you know what your life looks like if one day your access to your savings or your care depends on a score you didn't create? Drop your answer in the comments. Type "I will not be controlled" if you're determined to stay independent, or "I'm still learning" if you're just realizing how deep this goes. This isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom starts with vision. Vision tells you which opportunities to say yes to, which systems to depend on, which to bypass. It shapes how you plan, who you partner with, how you prepare your children and grandchildren. That's why the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier is more than a productivity tool. It's your private vision vault. Use it to write down your core principles, your long-term goals, your backup strategies, and your personal lines you will not cross. In 31 days, you'll not only have a resilience plan, you'll have a risen identity and roadmap that no system can rewrite. I'm telling you this now because time is running out. The window to build an independent life before these changes accelerate is closing. Seniors who start anchoring themselves today mentally, financially, spiritually will be the ones who remain free to choose. Those who wait will be caught in a net they never saw being built. I've shared 4 major protection wisdoms with you today, but let me be clear. These are not all the steps. They're the start. There are deeper layers, strategies, and patterns you must see to stay ahead. I will reveal them, but only to those who keep showing up, who keep listening, who understand that nothing like this is being shared anywhere else. If what I've said resonates with you, don't just watch passively. Build this community. Let's wake each other up. Drop a comment below right now. Choose one of these 2 statements that matches your resolve. I'm building my freedom now, or I refuse to be left behind. And share your thoughts. What hidden patterns have you started noticing in your own life? What small actions are you taking? I read these comments. This is how we help each other see what no one else is showing us. Like this video so it reaches more people who need this message. Subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. Because in my next message, I'll reveal strategies that go beyond preparation into actual independence. The hidden truth that has been kept from you for decades. This message is urgent. This video found you now for a reason. You're not too late, but you cannot afford to wait. Anchor yourself. Act now. Stay awake and stay free. Check my playlist for more videos and I'll see you in the